Alrighty, guys, it's your own Medigo here, back again with another review. And today I'm taking a look at one of my most anticipated movies of the year, Bullet Train, which stars Brad Pitt, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Brian Tyree Henry, Bad Bunny, Zazie Beetz, Joey King, Andrew Koji, Hiroyuki Sanada, and Michael Shannon. And it's directed by David Leitch, who did Hobbs and Shaw, of course, Deadpool 2, Atomic Blonde, and now he's taking the adaptation from the book of the same name, Bullet Train, and putting it on the big screen. And this movie tells the story of Ladybug, played by Brad Pitt, who is an unlucky assassin who determines to do his job peacefully after one too many gigs has gone off the rails. Fate, however, may have other plans as his latest mission puts him on a collision course with lethal advisors from around the globe, and all with connected yet conflicting objectives on the world's fastest train. So in this movie, he has this. In the movie Ladybug, he wants to have this peaceful life, so he does this one mission and to retrieve the case and get off the next stop after getting that briefcase. But the thing is, others are looking for that briefcase, and other assassins are looking for that briefcase. So within that, this briefcase becomes a big part of this movie, and something sinister yet something crazy is about to happen with within within how these assassins are trying to get this briefcase, because this briefcase in the movie is something big and something crazy that leads to something really, really big and crazy. Bullet Train is one of my most anticipated movies of the year, and it's a movie that after watching that first trailer, I was like, sign me up, because I wanted to see this movie in the theaters badly. I really wanted to see this movie in the theaters badly, and I just really wanted to see this movie in general, because just from that trailer alone, it was fun, it was action packed, and it just looked so awesome that I wanted to see this movie in the theaters. And 5 months later, the movie's finally here, and my anticipations and my expectations were through the roof, and I finally got the chance to see this movie. And oh boy, after all that anticipation and all the expectations, my expectations went through the roof, and it delivered. It delivered, and Bullet Train is an absolute fucking banger of a movie, guys. It's a movie that I hugely recommend going to see, and it's a movie that I had so much fun with. I'd say this is really one of the movies I had fun with in the cinemas. I'd say with the Batman, Top Gun Maverick, and now this as really being the most fun I've had in the cinemas this year. This movie was so much fun, guys. This movie was so much fun. And I loved it. I loved every minute of this movie, and it's a movie that you guys got to go see, because this movie is just awesome. So right off the bat, first up, I want to talk about them action sequences, because they're crazy. They're amazing, and David Leitch knows how to do incredible action. He did Deadpool 2, he did Hobbs and Shaw, Atomic Blonde, John Wick, co-directed John Wick, and this man knows how to do fucking action. And fun fact, by the way, uh, David Leitch used to be a stunt double for Brad Pitt during Fight Club, the production of Fight Club, and it really was so interesting to know how did they get to really work together. And as you know, they had Brad Pitt had a little cameo in Deadpool 2, and in this movie, he's now in a fully feature length movie of this movie called Bullet Train, with this huge cast. And boy, this movie fucking delivered, and the action sequences are amazing. They're crazy, they're fun, and I had a lot of fun with this movie, guys. I had so much fun with this movie, and I loved every second of this movie that was happening, and it went through the charts. It was off the rails crazy, and I loved it, pun intended, by the way. I loved it. I loved it, and it was the action sequences. It's just it was awesome. It was so awesome, and it was crazy, and it was perfect, and it's everything I wanted to be in more. And then of course we have in this movie that I really wanted to talk to you guys about is the cinematography and the way that the shots are handled in this movie. The cinematography in this movie is on a whole new level. Now, this movie is mostly CG. Most of this movie is CGI. It's mostly this movie CGI, but honestly, I don't care because the cinematography and the way the shots are handled in this movie are are like on a freaking whole new level, on a whole new level of cinematography that I've never seen in a movie until I saw this one. I never seen a movie with this type of cinematography for until I saw it, of course, this movie today. And wow, the cinematography in this movie goes absolutely crazy, and I loved it. I don't want to ruin the experience for you guys, but if you watch this movie, you're gonna love. I guarantee you guys that you're gonna love the cinematography because the cinematography in this movie, it goes crazy and it's off the walls, just badass, and I fucking love it. I fucking love the action sequences and the way that they're handled. Not action. Oh, well, action sequences, but also the cinematography. I mean to say the cinematography of this movie and the way that the way that the shots are handled in this movie. It's crazy, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And then of course we have really two main factors of this movie: the jokes, the comedy in this movie, and also the surprises. I don't want to get into the surprises, but there are a lot of surprising moments in this movie that I mean, we all didn't even expect, including me. And wow, they also delivered. And of course, the jokes in the movie also really delivered. It's so funny, and every character that happens in this movie, you get to see different perspectives, you get to see different characters that switch from different sections of this train. And you get to see their experiences, you get to see a little bit of their backstory, you get to see a little bit of what they do. And I loved it. And the characters in the movie, I'd say really one of my favorite characters in the movie are Lemon and Tangerine played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, and what's his name, Brian Tyree Henry. They delivered in this movie, guys. They were such an incredible part of this movie, and I I loved them. They were absolutely awesome, and they literally stole the show of this movie because this movie really, they did such an incredible job in this movie, and they stole the show, and I just loved it because they were just funny, they were action packed, they were insanely just awesome. I love these guys. I love these actors, and they do such an incredible job in this movie, and they're a lot of fun to watch. Just the whole characters of the movie are just fun. They're goofy. They're crazy. They're absolutely just berserk, and I fucking loved it. I loved it, and I love just the comedy that goes within these characters and the moments that happen in this movie with the comedy, because the comedy, it lands, and it lands perfectly, perfect in this movie. It's just awesome. And the movie also, like I said, has a lot of surprising moments. And also, I don't want to ruin that, but this movie really delivers on its moments of the movie, and it's absolutely just awesome, and I loved it. Now, also the main factor of this movie, uh, one of the main factors in the movie, which I didn't really didn't think was a big factor of the movie, I would say, is the story. Now, the story is good. It's nothing, I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but the story in this movie is fairly good. I enjoyed some of the things that were happening in this movie and learning a little bit about these characters and what happens in this movie. Just what their characters are, and really exploring how they got on this train and what really happens in this movie. And I love how in the trailers, they didn't really give away that much of the movie. and the thing that happens in the movie. And I like the moments in there. I like the different moments that happen in this movie, and I love the different characters, and I love the character developments and a little bit of the backstory. I really enjoy that. I think the story is a really good part, even though it's not really uh, like a big fact. I would say a big factor to this movie, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I think the story is pretty good, and I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the way it was handled in this movie, since it's based off the book, of course. But yes, I loved it. I loved this. I loved just every moment of what was happening within these characters, and just the things that were happening in this movie. This movie is it's an absolute banger, guys. You guys have to see this movie. I guarantee you're gonna have the most fun in the cinema in a long time, or it's just really you're gonna have fun in general, because this movie is so much fun. I had a lot of fun with this movie, and I would definitely see it again. It's amazing, and you guys got to see this. So, I'm going to give a rating of this movie. I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10. Guys, you got to see this. I had so much fun, and it's an absolute banger movie. It's just awesome. So 9 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and peace.